Okay, perfect. What time is it over there?
Now it's 3 a.m.
Oh, 1
So
p.m.
1 p.m. in London.
in Canada, Vancouver, Canada.
Vancouver, okay. You're from Vancouver.
Yes.
Okay. So thanks. Firstly, I want to thank you for accepting my invitation and accepting to talk with me.
Yeah, of course.
So I thought to introduce you to my audience.
Okay.
So can you please introduce yourself to my audience?
Yeah, so my name is Luisa Alvarez and I'm from Vancouver, Canada, and I co-host the morning show on CTV. It's called CTV Morning Live. I do segments and I also am the traffic host. So I let people know in the morning when they wake up, they're watching the morning show, how the roads are looking, where the accidents are, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay.
So what is traffic host?
So I basically tell people where if there's an accident on like the major routes in the rush hour in the morning,
Okay.
if there's on the bridges, if there's an accident on the bridges, that might slow them down heading into work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I came to know that CTV is one of the topmost news channels in Canada.
Yeah. Yeah, we are.
So yeah, I saw that before meeting you.
Yeah, CTV's been around for a while. So it is one of the top news channels in Canada or networks in Canada. It's one of the main ones.
Okay, so this is your full-time job.
Yes.
Okay, so when you started this and how this journey started.
So I went to school. I was a news reporter, so I would do news. I just recently, about a year ago, switched into this role. So before I was just like a journalist, a news reporter for CTV. And how my journey started, I moved out to a really small town where they would like my first job in TV was in a really small town of only 100,000 people.
Okay,
Not that small, but yeah, and it was just basically gaining experience. And then I moved to Vancouver Island for a job in Victoria, and I worked there for 2 years, and then I got the job in Vancouver about a year and a half ago, and I started off at CTV as a reporter, a news reporter, and then there was a job opening for the role that I'm in now. And they kind of auditioned a few people and I ended up getting the job. So
fantastic. So what was your feeling before getting into this job?
what was my feeling?
Yeah, because you was a news reader before, and
Yeah, I was in
now
the industry. Um, it's very different. It's pretty different what I do now than what I was doing before as a news reporter. Now it's a little bit on the lighter side. I like, the fun side of morning TV. So sometimes I still interview guests sometimes, but it's less serious. So I can show a little bit more of my personality, whereas before, when I was doing news reporting, it was a lot more serious,
so
and it
you're
was
not
about the
you're not
crime.
serious. You're not serious.
No, well, yeah, I get to show a little bit more of my personality on TV, so I get to have more fun.
Okay. So while telling the traffic related situations where there is more traffic or where there is less traffic, you'll be explaining and you'll be telling in your style.
Yeah, yeah, I have a little fun with it, and yeah, it's pretty fun. I try and not be so serious because when people wake up in the morning and they want, they're drinking their
Yeah.
coffee, ready to go out the door to go to work, they want somebody that's upbeat and happy and smiley and not so serious.
So to now it's morning time for you and night time for me.
It's afternoon because it's about 1:30 p.m. here,
1:30 p.m. So
so
you
it's
you are
afternoon here.
you are a rising sun for them.
I'm sorry, what?
You're a rising sun for them.
Yeah, I guess so. I start early, so I wake up at 3:30 in the morning. So if you were doing my job, you'd be waking up around now, and then
Okay.
you'd be going to work.
Okay. So it's too early.
Yeah, it's early.
Okay. So before you was a journalist, right? So you was a news reader, which was more about reading news, what exactly happening in different places, and explaining about the issues. So that is completely, you have to be very serious. But when it comes to this job right now, so you have to uh, be different. You have to change, right? So how you came from that to this, how you shifted yourself.
I mean, I don't know if I would change. I think it's just I can be serious. I can be, about the job and about the story and asking the tough questions. And I can also, I have a fun, lighter side. So everyone kind of, I'm assuming everyone has just different sides of you that you get to show. When I was doing news reporting, it was mostly my serious side that people were seeing, and then now it's mostly my lighter side that people are seeing. But I would say that they're both equal parts of my personality.
So with which most people are connecting with you, the before one or the after one?
I think I'm able to connect with people more now, um, just because they can relate, and we can joke like with the other hosts of the show. We joke around, and yeah, we just have a good time in the morning.
So which one you are personally, the before one or after one?
Um, well, they're both me. I'm not pretending to be anyone in either of the roles. They're both me. It's just, I show my funner side in my job now.
So if you get another job, I mean, in the same job, you have to do a different uh, like you was a reader, now you become a sun, rising sun. You have to become the midnight show host. So will you become that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm open. I'm open to wherever my career ends up taking me. I'm not going to close off um, a certain job, but yeah, I guess right now if I were to anchor like a later show, I would be more serious because it would be more about the news and what's going on.
So have you studied journalism?
Yeah, I studied journalism. I went to a post-secondary. It was a 2-year program, and then we had to get work experience.
So what do you say about your communication skills?
What do I say about them?
Yeah, about your
I,
communication skills.
I think I have pretty good communication skills. I mean, I would like to think that my job is communicating with people, so it would suck if I didn't really have good communication skills. But yeah, no, I think I'm able to connect with people and talk to people and yeah, and just communicate with them. It's not difficult for me.
So how many people with whom you have connected?
How many, sorry, what was that?
What is the number of people with whom you have connected in your job until now?
Ooh, like people that I've interviewed and stuff. I lost count, honestly, because every day was different. When I was doing news reporting, every single day would be different. You'd be meeting, new people each day, interviewing them about different things. So you lose track. I cannot think of a number, but definitely I would say throughout my whole career, probably in the hundreds.
100. So what you have learned from 100?
You learn a lot from people that you interview. It just, depends on the story too, right? It's it's really humbling to just meet people and kind of hear their stories and then just learn from them. It's just it's easy for you to kind of get caught up in your own life and your own issues, and then when you talk to people and you hear their stories, it's a humbling experience.
So what you are before interview? What is your mind state before interviewing a person?
Well, I do research, so I know what I'm talking about with them, and yeah, you just kind of try and learn a little bit about the person and what you're talking about. And the way I always think of it when I'm interviewing someone is, if I was the audience, what would I want to know?
Okay. So you become the audience perspective.
Yeah, exactly. I try and put myself in this perspective of the audience and ask the questions that I would want answered if I was the one watching.
So you have 100% freedom in CTV.
Sorry?
100% freedom do you have as a host?
Um, to an extent. I mean, yeah, I'm allowed to pitch interviews and people that I'd want to be on the show, but we have a producer, and they're the ones that have final say on what gets on the show and who we interview.
Is that live or recorded?
No, it's live.
Live,
Yeah,
okay. You have to be
live.
spontaneous.
Yeah, it's live.
So have you faced any situation that you cannot handle?
Mm, in what sense?
I mean, the person who came to your interview may not react in the way that you expected.
No, all the interviews I've done so far for the CTV show have been pretty easygoing.
Okay. So I think you are very good in communicating with people.
Thank you.
That is why the reason you're not feeling hard or discomfortable. So that is one of the major reasons.
Yeah.
So what are other things you do other than being a journalist?
Like for fun or for
Yeah,
work
other than job.
other than job. Well, I love animals and I love cats. So I hang out with my cat a lot. Especially now with COVID. You're not really supposed to go anywhere, so I've been hanging with my cat a lot. And I like to ski. I really like to hike. I'm a very outdoorsy person, so anything out in nature. In the summer, I hike and I camp. So I take all of my camping stuff and I hike and then stay over the night at like the mountaintop. And then in the winter, I don't really hike as much, but I, go for walks and I go skiing. I do like to ski.
So tell me about the traffic in Canada because there are different people who watches this video from different parts of the world because not everybody knows because there is a lot of snow, but here there will be no snow
No snow.
in India.
Yeah, no snow in India for sure. We were actually supposed to get some snow today, but it didn't really happen. So we don't have any snow right now in this part of Canada. I live on the west coast of Canada. So, we have a lot less cold weather than the rest of the country. So we don't have snow right now, but when there's snow, the traffic is insane because people here aren't used to driving in the snow. So there's a lot of accidents and a lot of people getting stuck and slipping and sliding. It's a mess on the roads when there's a lot of snow and people just don't really know what to do. But normally, so we have in Metro Vancouver, we have several bridges. So the main ones would be, connecting Surrey and New Westminster would be with the Patello Bridge, or connecting Surrey and Coquitlam is the Portman Bridge. Those are two major bridges that lots of people use every day. So they get backed up pretty often because just so many people on the roads trying to get to work that it's going to slow it down. Also, if you're coming in from Delta, which is another part of Metro Vancouver, the Alex Fraser Bridge gets pretty busy, and the Massey Tunnel, also connecting Delta and Richmond, that one gets pretty backed up too. So there's just like all these like points. The bridges or the tunnels that are connecting Metro Vancouver, they're the main arteries, so they get pretty busy in the morning from like I would say 6:30 in the morning to like 7:45 is the peak rush hour.
So how do you prepare yourself? Because you'll be doing job in the early morning and you have to tell the exact news, right? So you have to be conscious. So what are the things that you do before? entering to the show?
Well, with traffic, it's live, right? It's as it happens. So we have a program on our work computer, a software that kind of tells you the traffic flow of like where it's slowing down and where there's no traffic or where there's a big accident. So, and we have cameras. So, I just kind of try and tell people where the issues are and I show them. So I'll show them the cameras and you'll see the backup of the traffic. So it's all very on the spot as it happens. So there's not really a lot of preparation that goes into other than, just making sure that you are refreshing the program and keeping an eye on social media and stuff to see if people have reported accidents. So it's a lot of multitasking.
So have you interviewed people who are with age of 50 plus?
50 plus. Yeah, in my career, I have. I can't think of one recently, but yeah, I've definitely interviewed people that are older than 50.
Okay, so only Canadians or other country people too?
No, Canada's very multicultural, so we have people from all different kinds of backgrounds. So I've definitely interviewed, yeah, people from in India, people from other parts of the world. So in Canada, we're very fortunate. We have a big selection of the people that live here. It's very multicultural.
So obviously you will be getting compliments for your work, right? So for what kind of compliments you will get?
Um, yeah, I get people that message me that say that they like my energy in the morning. Like I said, I have to be like really upbeat, so I guess they like that.
Okay, so you said your energy is your asset.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say my energy, um, and just a lot of people say that I'm funny. I'd like to think I'm funny, but yeah.
Okay, so CTV, this is the first news channel, or have you worked anywhere before?
No, I worked for CTV. I worked for Czech News on Vancouver Island in Victoria, and I worked for TBT News in Thunder Bay, Ontario. So I've worked for a few different news organizations.
Okay, if you want to tell about a particular climate and the climatic conditions and about the traffic right now, how will you say?
Well, I don't have the software, so I wouldn't know what's going on the roads right now. But I would say, like for example, if there's an accident on the Port Mann Bridge, I would say, there's an accident affecting eastbound traffic, and then yeah, I would just kind of tell them what direction it's affecting and what other routes that there are available for them to take if they don't want to be stuck in the traffic jam.
What kind of people will connect with your vocabulary?
Sorry?
What kind of people will connect with your vocabulary?
Anybody that drives would know what I would be talking about. Like usually the highway goes east or west, or north or south. So my traffic vocabulary would be easy for anyone that's used to driving in Metro Vancouver to understand.
So have you interviewed a person uh, with whom you faced the words that you cannot understand?
No, I don't think so. I mean, English it's my second language, but I would say that it's my first language now, just because most of my life I've grown up speaking English, even though it's not my first language. I was born in Colombia, so my first language is Spanish, but I've grown up in Canada, so I speak English the majority of the time. So I would no, I I wouldn't say that I've had trouble understanding anyone's vocabulary.
You understand technical vocabulary?
In what sense? Like I would understand normal, like general vocabulary. Obviously, if I'm talking to a doctor and he starts
Yeah,
talking about
That's
like
what my uh,
surgery,
yeah.
so I wouldn't understand what it means. But normal
Yeah.
words I could get.
So I'm a technical student. I'm a software guy. So
Oh,
if I use any software related words, will you understand? I
and
mean,
let's see what word.
for example, Android application or
Oh yeah, yeah. There's like Android and like
NetBeans, the web applications like that. A few application. If I go deeper, I don't think you will connect.
yeah, probably not. I'm not a tech person, so I wouldn't know.
Okay, so you said Spanish is your first language, so you learned English. So what is the difference that you observe in both the languages?
Um, well, just the way that you say things, I think you can, for any language, you can never exactly translate it. So, like, if you have a saying in Spanish and you want to translate it to English, sometimes it's difficult to translate it because it's just you can't exactly translate something, that makes sense.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to host my show, how will you host?
I don't, I don't know. I think I'd have to do a little bit more research on what it is and what people would want, I guess. I can't really think of how exactly I would host it, but
Okay, at last, do you have anything to say to the world who watches this video?
thank you for taking an interest, and I hope I didn't bore you.
So, have you seen any previous videos of mine on YouTube?
I kind of browsed a little bit when you followed me on Twitter, just kind of interviews and stuff that you've done. I feel like you interview a lot of different people.
Yeah. So, what do you say as a host?
What do I say as a host?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
I mean, you are hosting a show and you say about things, you take interviews. So I do the same. So is there any mistakes that I'm doing?
no, I think you're pretty good. Can't think of anything right now. Sorry, I think there's something popping up in my computer. Do you hear that ding?
Yeah, I can hear it.
I don't know.
So okay, then keep doing what you love and do what makes you feel happy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for your interest, and I hope you can get to bed now. Sorry for keeping you up so, I guess, early now.
Yeah, I feel good to talk with you. And can I put this video on my YouTube channel, on internet, on social
Yeah,
media, on my podcast with your permission?
yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right. Well, it was lovely talking to you.
Yeah, see you again.
Bye.
Bye.